South Pointe hosts Eastside in the third round of the 4A football state playoffs. I'm Bret McCormick from the Herald. This is Jimmy Wallace from, well, the Hall of Fame, retirement. Used to be at Louisville and Northwestern. And we're going to talk about this South Pointe-Eastside game. So South Pointe is going for its fourth straight state championship, and they're playing Eastside, which is coached by a guy that you know pretty well, and is having its best season in a really long time. So we'll start with Eastside. They're 11-1. We had written down they'd only won 4 playoff games since 1979. This is a program that's not had a lot of success, but they have a new coach this year. Tell us about him. You know him pretty well.
Well, yes, Dan Morgan played on the 1987 Northwestern team, first class young man. He's one of those that can teach calculus and trigonometry and geometry, and he's just a first-class guy, comes from a first-class family. I knew his dad well. His mom still lives in our community, and we're extremely proud of him for what he's done in 1 year. You know, he comes in here Friday night into hostile territory. Yeah. You know, I don't think there's any doubt about that, but you know, they throw the ball around pretty good, and based on what we've heard, they have tremendous team speed. Of course, Bret's got here that Eastside has a plus 30 turnover margin, have a very good defensive secondary, and their quarterback, Jordan Morgan's a very good player. He's accurate, and he can run with a strong arm, and I've heard all along that they're speed. So now, you know, they're in the third round of the playoffs in the first year. And the winner of this game is going to play the winner of Greenville and Greer, which are 2 really good football teams. So we'll see.
Right. It'll be an interesting game with you got Eastside with 2 1,000-yard receivers going against a secondary that for South Pointe that we know is really good based on years past, but it really hasn't been tested that much this season. But I kind of wonder if the biggest question for Eastside won't be its defense, because you're trying to stop South Pointe offense that's just incredibly balanced.
You know, when you watch them play, you hear all the things about Darian, Kendrick, and the 2 running backs. One's 7 yards to carry, the other one's 8 yards to carry. They got 4 great receivers. But the thing, if you hadn't been to see them play, you got to go. I mean, they're number 5 team in the country.
Yeah. And
they're on their way to a 4-peat.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're on their way to winning 4 state championships in a row if things pan out and they stay hungry.
Right.
You stay hungry with a 3-hour practice on Monday. That's how you humble them and keep their attention. Everybody wants to know that. That's just what we believe in. Because when you win, you work them harder, no doubt.
Right.
But this South Pointe offensive line of scrimmage, and coached by one of the best offensive line coaches around here, Mike Zapolnak, and they are good. They are the real deal. If you watch them play, they're physical, they're big, they're strong, they're aggressive. And in the football world, you use the word nasty. They are. They like to get after people and block. And you know, in DK's best play is a 3-step drop run.
Right.
Take off right through the middle of your football team. And if people talk about tackling him, you got to catch him first.
Right.
So anyway, tremendous football team at South Pointe. Everybody knows that. You're not the number 5 team in the country for no reason.
Right. So South Pointe's won 17 games in a row, and you know, I think it's a game where you got a team that everybody expects to win versus a team with nothing to lose. So I think be interesting to see how they start, to see if Eastside can get any belief, or if South Pointe can just kind of smash them right away. Should be a fun game. Dan Morgan said he thinks his mom and 2 sisters are going to be there, but he hadn't asked them yet. But I imagine there'll be some other people at that game on Friday night.